Yes, I think we are live now. Good. Hi, everyone. If you are already here for our mindfulness meditation session that is about to start, just maybe give it another minute so other people can arrive, because I'm a little bit ahead of time. So maybe you want to use the time to just again double check your phone. Maybe you actually watch this on your phone. So what can you check on your phone then? Well, you need to have some audio, at least. You don't have to see me, of course. But also see whether you find a quiet place wherever you are right now. And maybe close the door so that no one is storming into the room. And if that happens, maybe just let that be part of the practice, because we call this life. Welcome, everyone. My name is Regina Gerlach, and I'm streaming this mindfulness meditation session today from Perth, Western Australia. And it is so beautiful to be here again. For some of you, you might remember we did this every day in 2019, every day mindfulness meditation sessions live, and we were really growing this like-minded community. Such a wonderful thing. And I just recently noticed, I miss this so much, to hang out with you, and also to invite people in who want to learn a little bit more about this particular way of being, and just also connecting with, again, like-minded people, including myself. So of course there is a very particular reason, and best reason really to come back on live is the Mental Health Awareness Week. And we started yesterday night already to sit together and practice this particular way of falling awake and being aware. Such a radical invitation to step out of clock time and the autopilot that we often just, are in and on, and really sort of falling awake into this moment and just being open to whatever is arising in each and every tiny second even. And I very appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. Yes, this is time away from all your other commitments, maybe family, maybe kids, maybe work, whatever. But it is also very important, and this is one of the messages as part of this Mental Health Awareness Week, again, a very good reminder that we must put ourselves first in this regard. We must sort of do activities that fall under the category of self-care and that help us generate a greater sense of well-being. Not only that, to be healthy in this world as best as possible, because if you are healthy not only in your body but also in your mind, you then can also sort of let that echo into the community and be fully present to this moment, but also to others, to community, and support others in this particular way. And as I posted today, this is also even further a ripple effect there. It is about, taking care of this world, and as we are one with this world and this earth, there's only one earth, and there's no dress rehearsal. We do it now or never. And this is also about supporting our kids and creating a safe environment. And it starts with you. It starts with you right here, right now. Might be kind of a strong message, maybe not. Maybe it resonates very well. Nevertheless, you're here now, and let me invite you to practice this session together. It is about 30, maybe 25 minutes, to leave a little bit of space at the end if people want to just flick a comment or so. We will see how we go. I will offer you a few guiding prompts, and you don't have to be experienced in the practice of mindfulness meditation. And it is not about actually becoming enlightened or becoming a professional meditator. This is really about taking a radical step out of what you normally do, doing something different. And if you're here today for the first time, if you missed out yesterday, maybe you want to listen to the track from yesterday, at the end of this series. But also, if you commit, why not only today? Why not every day from now on? And just see what happens, notice whether it makes even a difference. But don't expect, too much, just, start here right now. It is a beginning. And if you are already an experienced practitioner, welcome. I really appreciate that you joined. Just met yesterday someone who's also very experienced in that practice, but they said there's something to it being guided as well. So not being in charge and being at the receiving end. And in the end, we all at the receiving end as we are kind of getting together and sort of breathing together in this and each and every moment. So this is what I want to do. I keep my eyes open at some time and then I close them again because I practice with you, but I also check the screen whether there's some other people arriving or flicking a message. Be mindful of your needs and your capacity and your energy. So if you're joining me here at the same time zone, 7 p.m. at the end of another day, you might feel tired and you may even fall asleep during this practice. And you know what? Why not? There's nothing wrong about it. So don't beat yourself up about it. If you wake up in the middle of it, then you just begin again, reconnect with my guidance, with my voice, with the space you're in, or with sound, or with the breath. So I will offer you a way how to do that. If you are very restless and you feel like, no, I can't sit down, why don't you just stand up and just bring in a little bit of movement? We did that yesterday towards the end of the session, aligning movement with the breath, maybe. Allow yourself to experiment a little bit, get to know this moment, yourself in this, and whatever part is arising, from a different angle. Get curious about it. And as you're falling awake in this particular way, you may discover something, maybe not. So we will see. And again, also for the practice, you don't have to close the eyes if that feels more safe. Keep the eyes open, but maybe sort of keep a soft gaze at a particular object or on the floor in front of you. Again, it may help you just sort of diminishing any distraction from the outer, as we really want to just send the awareness on the inside into the body. As we're connecting mind and body, this is what this practice is about, and using the breath as a vehicle to make this happen and facilitate this connection. Okay, so take your seat. If you haven't done yet, allow yourself once again to adjust and notice whether you are in a comfortable position. And sometimes it's really good to just, slow down. Bring the awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet and really connecting there and noticing, here's a connection with a surface beneath the floor, the ground, the yoga mat, a cushion, and the bigger picture, the earth. Just noticing that connection and noticing actually that sense of being held and supported. And if that feels right, inviting the eyes to be closed, letting the eyelids sort of gently cover your eyeballs, and noticing what that adds to this very moment, if there's anything noticeable. And just noticing, is the body in a comfortable position? If you prefer to lay down, of course, go for it. This is really, again, attending to your needs. This is also something that we often don't really do because there's so many other things we need to do, and it doesn't really feel comfortable to listen to our needs. And sometimes we're actually not really experienced in being aware of what our needs actually are. And here we are right now, the body tells us maybe what it needs right here, right now. So noticing the legs, noticing the buttocks, the sit bones, noticing the back of the torso, the spine. Let the shoulders drop a little bit. If there's any tension in the neck region, allow yourself to do some neck stretching or moving the head, forming a no shape or a yes shape, whatever works for you. And at the same time, letting your hands maybe rest on your lap. And again, let them feel that support. Maybe you want to even put a cushion on your lap and then rest your hands on top of it. That might bring some extra comfort. You may need that. Go for it and just see, the difference it may make if you listen to and if you create this comfort in a particular way. And yes, noticing the head on top of the neck. You probably have already done all of this, and then also the entire front of the body, all the way down again to your feet. Noticing the entire body here in its posture, whether it's sitting or lying down or moving, or maybe just standing still, and welcoming yourself into this space, into this moment. So noticing the transition. This is really change, isn't it? So just allowing to be aware of coming from maybe a lot of movement into relative stillness. And yet there's still vibration inside. You might notice that. But that's all part of it, that everything's settled in its own rhythm, in its own pace. There's nothing you need to force. Or maybe just allowing yourself to smile, just as a welcoming gesture, but also to maybe let the mind know, okay, hey mind, I'm going to do meditation now, don't you worry. Whatever is coming up, I will just notice, and I will attend to it later if it's still important. And then once again, noticing the body in its posture, and noticing what's the energy level like. Is the battery fully charged or not, or something in between? And again, if slightly changing the posture maybe creates a little bit of a sense of uprightness or wakefulness. I'm just taking note of, maybe good to notice what it's like at the beginning of this practice. And if you like, then to check in with this at the end of this practice. Not that we strive for any difference or change or a particular outcome. We just really want to fall awake, and today we actually really want to create calm, a sense of calm and a sense of inner peace, if that is possible. So, shifting the focus right now to the breath. Noticing, maybe getting curious about, okay, so how do you know that you're breathing? Right? So intellectually, of course you know. Intellectually, you know that you're seated or laying down. Of course you know that. It's more the felt sense of it. This is the invitation, and how this can help us then by being aware of the sensations that are generated, giving us all the information that we need, but also is helping us to create a sense of calm. But right now, as you're meeting the breath in this very moment, it might be not in rhythm. And that is also actually a rhythm. So just take note of, how do you know that you're breathing, and where can you feel this one breath the most? So maybe your experience of the practice, or you prefer, this is what we often say, shift the focus to the nostril and notice the air coming in and out of the body here. Really a pure exercise in concentration, but not with a forceful effort, just with curiosity, feeling and receiving this incoming breath. And knows exactly where to go to. Isn't that a miracle? The body knows exactly how to breathe itself. So the air is entering the body through the nostrils, and you might notice those subtle sensations that are generated here. Maybe noticing temperature, maybe noticing the widening of the nostrils, the outer rings of the nostrils, the inner walls of the nose as you're breathing in, and how everything is falling into its place again as you're breathing out. Or you may feel it right here in your chest. Maybe that's a place you go to instantly as you're doing this practicing. Oh yeah, here I feel it. I feel that gentle rise and fall. And even if you like, for some extra, putting the hand over the chest, just for some extra sort of support here, or just to feel that movement of the breath in this part of the body. And this may generate a little bit of temperature as well, so just work with that. How much can you handle right now? You can release the hand away from the chest and put it back later if you like. Really, really up to you. It's really your choice how you want to meet this breath, this one. Noticing where you can feel it the most. Maybe it is in the belly region, the abdomen region. As it is going down, echoing into this part of the body, and this part expanding as it is landing in this region, and then gently contracting as it is on its way up and out of the body again. If you need a little bit more than that, if you need to do a bit more deeper breathing and to just, deal and attend to some very high amount of vibration inside or restlessness, please go ahead, breathing in deeply and holding it at the top and breathing out slowly. This is really up to you, this repertoire, whatever helps you, creating a sense of rhythm and creating a sense of calm. This is really what you go for. Just notice the way of attending to whatever is arising, whatever need is arising, to this one breath, arriving and departing the body. And that is creating a sense of rhythm, maybe. Just allowing yourself space. Nothing needs to be rushed. Yeah. And maybe just for a moment, just shifting the focus of attention. You might already notice the mind is busy. Maybe it is already very quiet. Just checking in deliberately with the mind. Just say, hey mind, welcome you into this moment. I just want you to know that I'm aware. I want to say, any thoughts, random, particular, letting the mind know that, nothing needs to be done, that the thoughts are just appearing and disappearing. You just want to notice the thoughts as mental events. And the same with the feelings, if there's any feelings, just noticing, are there any feelings or emotions even arising? Allowing thoughts or emotions to arise, to be here, without getting entangled, without engaging, without resisting, just letting the awareness know that you know in this space of awareness. Sometimes it's just drifting, sometimes it's dreaming. Maybe you're already on the way to fall asleep. Just noticing that. And if that's the case, would it be possible maybe just again adjust the body posture, maybe open the eyes for a moment. But if you really crave sleep because you're sleep deprived, go for it. Okay, and then gently also noticing all the sensations in the body, kind of as if you would be under the CT scan. Just imagining yourself lying there and scanning the body. Are there any particular sensations that are felt right now? Maybe just the neutral ones generated through the way you positioned. Maybe some other sensations of vibration or temperature or weight or density. And if you like, this is what the Buddha says, come and see yourself. If you like, just get a little bit closer if that feels safe. If there are sensations that feel a little bit uncomfortable, see whether you can just notice them. And what will be the most skillful way to get in touch? Just acknowledging. Maybe for a moment even imagining directing the breath into this part that is a little bit achy or vibrating, soften and soothe. Maybe just to stretch that part or give it a supportive gesture there. Put the hand over it. Just noticing what happens if you just stay a moment longer. Just being with it. No pushing, no resisting, no grasping. This is what Ajahn Chah says. No resisting, no grasping. And in this experience, you're noticing, same as the breath coming and going, thoughts coming and going, feelings coming and going, sensations coming and going. And then shifting, if that feels available to you and possible, shifting the focus of attention now back just to the breath. Yes, and you're noticing, so I'm slowing down with my invitations, so the space is between the instructions is a little bit expanded, and just noticing what that is like as you continue focusing on the breath, the rhythm of the breath. This curiosity, being aware, actually really falling in love with this moment, with this one breath. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. That's it. And that's the M in the calm movement, noticing that movement, that gentle rising and falling. And if you don't notice it at all, that's fine. Just allowing yourself to be at ease in your posture. If you're noticing any tensing up, Again, adjusting the posture. Sometimes you lift the shoulders without even noticing, so here you are, you can notice. Dropping the shoulders a little bit, pulling the top of the head a bit toward the ceiling, that creates a sense of uprightness, as if you would be a mountain, rooted, supported by the earth. Breathing. And yes, in between the mind wanders. You just can't help it. Comes up with random thoughts, or particular thoughts, things about the past, the future, just drifting, just dreaming. And you know what? Isn't that a wonderful thing that you're noticing? Don't work against it, work with it. Ah, I see you. Thank you. And then just again, whenever you feel ready, escorting the awareness back to the breath, wherever you can feel it the most, wherever it feels the most nourishing right now. Breathing in. I know that I'm breathing in. Feeling the incoming breath as I also notice and feel the outgoing breath. And if that mantra, so to speak, helps you staying focused on the awareness of the breath, please go for it, use it. This is often what Thich Nhat Hanh sort of offers us, to be aware of the in and outgoing breath by simply saying, I'm breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. And what is it what it's like to just notice and noticing? What it's like to be in this particular way. If it's not easy, allow yourself this question, what do I need? What does the body need? And if it's easy, maybe just appreciating, wow, it's actually not too difficult. And the next moment it can be totally different again. This is the impermanence, things are changing. Sometimes so quickly. So that's also a good reminder of creating these moments for ourselves to really, really fall awake and touch base and connect with the now. Becoming fully present and anchoring yourself in some natural anchor like the breath right now. And in that, even noticing, wow, I actually can be with that. Comfortable, not comfortable, I can be with that. I can hold that the best I can. Breathing in. I know that I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I know that I'm breathing out. So, and if you like, just as we are getting ready to conclude this practice, maybe you want to sit a little bit longer. Go for it. Maybe you welcome, it's finishing. Just noticing that relief, if that's the case. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you worked too hard then. But right now, if you want to conclude with us together, then maybe just start to one more time to notice, what is this moment like? What does it feel like? Taking note of, is it any different compared to the beginning? Maybe yes, maybe no. Thanks for hanging out and visit and being with it. And start and move your toes and your fingers and maybe your feet and your hands, just opening and closing them. Starting to move the arms if you like, stretching the body. Starting to open the eyes if you haven't done yet, and taking in the visual field. Allow yourself to look around, even though you might know this place you're in very well. Take another look. See what you can see in front of you, the colors, the shapes, the objects, the forms. And if you like, just putting the palms of the hands together in front of you, just as a gesture of appreciation that you've taken the time, not only showing up for yourself, but also, for this community. This is where it all begins, and this is what we need to do more and more often. I hope that worked for you today in whatever way, and maybe it was the very first time that you did this, and if you struggled, I know what that is like, and I congratulate you for just staying on and not giving up. This is constant renewing the intention of just beginning again. And if, as I said, you had a good time, really appreciate that, because there are other times. And I know, actually, as I'm looking at the list of the audience, that we do have people here that are not only in Australia right now, but overseas. So thank you very much. This is a very different time zone. Raising my hand and say hello to you. Wonderful to know that you're here and joining us. And I see we sort of start and grow this community again beyond this week. And I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow night, same time, 7 p.m. If you like to be here, join us live. If you cannot make it, know that if you're registered, you can watch the playback, of course, at any time. Doesn't really matter. Anytime you make time for yourself. It is really this is what, as I said at the beginning, the invitation is to remember and to allow yourself to make yourself priority and to look after yourself in this particular way. There's so many other things that we can do. It's not only mindfulness meditation. Don't get me wrong, there's so many great events even listed on the Mental Health Awareness Week events online, but just beyond, whatever makes you feel good, whatever generates a sense of energy or a fresh sense or awakening or calm, you go for it. Okay, I'll let you go now. Thank you so much, and goodbye for now. I hope to see you tomorrow.